Hello students, we have already completed virus, which were not assigned any kingdom by Whitaker in his 5 kingdom classification. Likewise, there are other organisms also by the names Viroids and Prions, which haven't been assigned any kingdom. We are going to learn about them today. Let us begin with viroids. What were viruses? They were genetic material enclosed within a protein coat, isn't it? Viroids are only made up of the genetic material. No protein coat outside. Only the genetic material. And the genetic material is only a single-stranded RNA. No other forms of nucleic acid like DNA or double-stranded RNA. No. Only single-stranded RNA of a low molecular weight without the outer protein cover. How else are they similar to viruses? They are also obligate intracellular parasites. They will have to invade a host cell and take over the host cell's machinery in order to be able to replicate itself. Discovered by T.O. Diner in the year 1971. It is a free RNA, single-stranded, of low molecular weight without the outer protein coat. Obligate intracellular parasites. Self-replicating. They infect and cause diseases in plants only. For example, potato spindle tuber disease, PSTD, from which they were discovered. What happens in this disease is the potato, which are normally of this shape, become spindle shaped in this manner. Okay, that's why the name potato spindle tuber disease. They are just a strand of single-stranded RNA without the protein coat. So that is all that you need to know about viroids. So next we are doing prions. What are prions? If viroids were just the nucleic acid, prions are only proteins. They are said to be misfolded or abnormally folded proteins. They are similar to the size of one capsomere of a viral protein coat. Unlike the viruses and viroids, which are obligate intracellular parasites, this one can act outside the cell. How it will act is that it is an abnormally folded protein itself. It will go and infect other good proteins. The moment it attacks a good protein, it also misfolds and turns into a misfolded protein. And that protein will also then become infectious and start misfolding other proteins. It's like a chain reaction that keeps happening. This protein is known to infect only nervous tissue like brain and tissues of the nervous system. It infects humans and animals only. And if you inspect the brain of such person who has been infected by prions, you will find that it has a very spongy kind of consistency, okay, because of the formation of holes because of these abnormal protein activity. Prion infections are fatal and they're very fast spreading and can cause death. The infected animals and humans, they have a very zombie kind of behavior. Probably the idea of zombies emerged from prions only. Probably. Prions, they are abnormally folded proteins. They are smaller than viruses, affect nervous system, cause neurological degenerative diseases. Neurological means related to the nervous system. Degenerative means the tissue degenerates, becomes bad rapidly. Degenerative diseases like in animals like cattle, it causes disease bovine spongiform encephalopathy, PSE, also called as the mad cow disease. You must have heard of this, in which the cow displays a very mad kind of a behavior. In humans, there is one disease called as the Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease, short formed as CR-Jakob disease or CJD. Bovine over here means to do with cattle. Spongiform, the brain becomes spongy. So that is all about the prions. They are abnormally shaped proteins, smaller than the viruses. They infect other proteins and they cause their misfolding as well, such that those proteins will also become prions and keep attacking other proteins as well. It's zombie-like behavior. So they are the prions, which were not assigned any kingdom. After viroids and prions, now we will move on to lichens. What are lichens? Lichens are those greenish kind of things that you see growing on the trunks of the trees. They look like plants, but they are actually not plants. They are actually a symbiotic association of fungi along with a photosynthetic partner. That's why they look like plants, but they are actually not plants. They are actually placed under kingdom fungi, but since it is a symbiotic association, we are studying it at the end of the chapter. Lichens, they are symbiotic association of fungi with a photosynthetic partner. The fungi over here is known as the mycobiont. Myco means fungi with a photosynthetic partner. The photosynthetic partner is called as phycobiont, wherein phyco means algae, most commonly green algae of kingdom Plantae, or else they can be cyanobacteria. Cyanobacteria are also photosynthetic, just like the green algae. Green algae, which are very small sized algae, and cyanobacteria, unicellular organisms. So the entire fungal body will just trap these cyanobacteria or green algae on the outside. They will form a mantle covering over them. That's how the body appears. The mycobiont, the fungi can be any ascomycetes, basidiomycetes or deuteromycetes. Asco, basidio, deuteromycetes fungi are involved. So how does this symbiotic association work between the fungi and the algae? As you know, fungi is the heterotrophic partner and the algae is the autotrophic partner. So what is going to happen is the fungi will spread out its mycelium and will absorb nutrients. They reach those places wherein the algae will not be able to access very easily. The hyphae of the fungus will penetrate these places. They will bring a lot of nutrients and water and bring them home to algae. What does algae do? They will take up all these nutrients brought in by the fungi and they will prepare food through photosynthesis, which will be sufficient for them as well as their fungal partner. So it's a give and take relationship between algae and fungi. The fungi provide shelter to algae, absorb water and nutrients. This is said to be the heterotrophic partner, like the husband which acquires material, and this is the photosynthetic partner. They photosynthesize food, and that's why these are the autotrophic partner. 3 types of lichens. I'm showing you the side view. This is the first type. This is the second type. This is the third type from the side. This is like a crust on the surface. These are called as crustose lichens. These are called foliose lichens. And these are fructicose lichens. And you see here the fruiting bodies. These are called fructicose lichens. Since they have photosynthetic activity inside, just like any other plant, they will evolve oxygen. So they are good for the environment, just like a plant. But they are very sensitive to SO2 in the atmosphere. So they will not be able to grow in places wherein SO2 concentration is high. In polluted places, they will not be able to grow. And that's why they are called as pollution indicators. If you see any place where lichens are growing, that means the air is good. It's unpolluted. Lichens do not grow in polluted places. They are especially sensitive to SO2. Known as pollution indicators, sensitive to SO2, sulfur dioxide. Do not grow in polluted places. So that is all about the lichens. Composite organisms, a symbiotic association of fungi along with a photosynthetic partner. So with that we have completed this chapter.
महादेव के नाम पे सब्सक्राइब कर दें